Hi, welcome to this edition of Money Monday. I'm Jessica. Today we are going to be talking about selling your products locally. So perhaps you're already making handmade items and you sell them locally. Might be craft shows, might be farmers markets, might be flea markets, might be at your local antique mall. So if you're already making these items and you've got them for sale, the good news is you've got some sort of inventory, and that's great news. But you could be getting a lot more reach by taking your items and selling them on Etsy. Now, this is something that I was told when I did craft shows and around Christmas time. And the other sellers at the booths, they were friendly and they were willing to give us advice, and just multiple times over, you should be selling your stuff on Etsy. And I was selling some handmade things like candles and soaps and crocheted earrings. And my husband, he was making some hand-forged ironwork, some different, like a horseshoe coat rack and like a horseshoe cross and like some hatchets and things of that nature. And so we were being told you should sell on Etsy. It took us a while to get this through our heads that, okay, this is a good idea. But what we found out is that when we did start selling on Etsy, we were getting way more traffic by having an Etsy store in a month than we would get for about the same, for a month's worth of foot traffic at shows if we were to do like a show a weekend. And we actually would see that we were selling more frequently on Etsy by having those items posted on Etsy and versus just being at a craft show. Now, by no means I'm not saying stop going to craft shows, but it is a very good way to increase your income that on items you're already making, and especially if you have kind of a regular product line, like you're making, perhaps you're making dresses, you make a small, medium, and a large, and you always use the same fabric, then you've already got yourself a product line, and you could be putting that on Etsy. And, now when it does come to selling on Etsy, there is a little bit of a cost involved. It's 20 cents to list something or to relist it if you want to keep it up towards the beginning of the search results. And then there's a 3% Etsy fee and about 3% credit card processing fee. So for 6% of your sale and for 20 cents, that's going to be really good. You can't really beat that when you're comparing what you're paying for a craft booth fee. So if you're making items on a regular basis, make sure to give selling on Etsy a try. Now, if you want to try opening a store, I'll put a link down in the description where you can get your first 40 free listings. It's just like for a refer a friend kind of thing, and that Etsy does, so that you can try it out and get your first 40 listings for free and at no additional cost to you. So make sure you check that out if you're interested. If you do craft shows or local shows, let me know down in the comments, and also what kind of crafts you make. I'd love to hear about that. So thanks for joining me. Catch me on the next Money Monday.